I'd be more willing to think otherwise in each direction.
Okay. So, kind of opens you up to a little bit more flexibility. Cool. I like that.
Any ideas?
Well, mainly I want it to be something that you care about, something that you feel strongly about, and you can try to ignore your mom over there and pretend she's not there. I want honesty, but that's sure. That's Allison and the teal, and she can introduce you to my kids. You can tell her how it was a really nice conversation, and I'm not a total weirdo psycho.
Okay.
Because she's like, you're gonna do what in the park? You're putting him on YouTube. So. All right, Stephen, was that it?
Yes.
Yeah, how do you spell that, Stephen?
Steven.
V-E-N, just like my dad. That's how my dad spells it. Stephen, and then, I should jot back down some other names that I had earlier. Laura and Carrie. Okay. Stephen with a V, not the PH.
Not the PH.
Not the more French spelling PH, right?
Nope.
All right, so Stephen, is there anything that you feel really strongly about, that you believe, preferably something that influences like your decisions and the actions you take in life?
Gosh, I don't know. Well, okay. Maybe the is there a God?
Okay, we can talk about that. All right, and so. What do you think?
I guess I would say that there's not, but I guess that I've slowly come to that conclusion.
Okay.
I've gone to Catholic private school since preschool, kindergarten.
Okay.
And I think over the years, I saw the people who would, wear all the Catholic jewelry and say they were Catholic and pray in church, but then they would turn around and not really do what they said they believed, and I don't know, it turned me away from the religion as itself.
Okay. And we'll come back to that. So first of all, I guess, it sounds like you're saying, no, there's probably not a God. So, I guess we can phrase it either way. Let's make the claim can be there isn't a God. That's okay. And where do you think you would be, 0 to 10 or 0 to 100 on a scale? How confident are you that there's not one?
Probably an 8.
Okay, 8 out of 10. All right, and we'll come back and revisit that too. Okay, so I think you already gave one reason why, and that was hypocrisy within the religion, right? Now, do you think that that's your main reason? Is that your strongest reason for being at an 8 out of 10 confidence?
I wouldn't say it's my main. I don't feel like I have a main reason, but I have a lot of reasons.
Okay. Maybe it would help if you feel like you have a lot of them. You could just list a few, and we can maybe, as we talk about them, maybe one jumps out to you.
I feel like the church as a whole is more of a business than it is trying to bring people closer to the religion.
Okay.
The whole, in various different situations, the priest having inappropriate relationships with younger children. Gosh, I don't know. Maybe my first one is my main one.
Okay, the hypocrisy. They all kind of are falling into a similar vein, I would say.
Yeah.
So crimes been committed by priests, church is like a business, there's a lot of hypocrisy. So I guess this is just kind of a question. Could it be true that there are lots of problems with that organization or that religion, and there could still be a God? And are we being specific about a particular God or not? Because that's really important. It's important that we understand what we mean by that word, Do you mean like the Catholic God, or do you mean in general, I guess?
I would probably say the Catholic God.
Okay.
Not now that you phrase it like that.
Okay. So, Catholic God does not exist. 8 out of 10 confidence. If we were to change that to just like any God, where do you think it might be then?
Probably a 5.
5? So like kind of right down the middle, not sure either way.
Yeah.
Okay, and we can stick with the Catholic God. Or we could change lanes if you wanted to. It's totally up to you. I should have probably clarified what we meant by God at the beginning. It's really important to understand what terms we're discussing here. Okay, so hypocrisy within the church, within the followers of the religion, they seem to say one thing, but then do a different thing. The church seems more like, it operates more like a business than it seems to be like a religious, spiritual thing. And there are like all sorts of, cases of priests committing crimes and that kind of stuff, right?
Yes.
So is there something you could learn that would make you less confident in this claim, that maybe would make you think, maybe there is more to this Catholic God? Can you imagine learning something or something changing in the future?
A big thing in the Catholic religion is the evidence of miracles.
Okay.
I guess in the Bible and in modern living.
Okay.
I would say that if I experienced a miracle, that would maybe weaken my position on there
Okay.
isn't a Catholic God.
Yeah. Yeah, if you actually saw something that, broke the laws of nature or something like that, and you were sufficiently convinced that it really was a miracle, okay, that could maybe, would it need to be like a miracle performed in the name of the Catholic God or Jesus or something like that, or?
I would think so.
Okay.
I would think so.
Otherwise, maybe it would only apply to that
Yeah.
vague of some God thing, right? Okay, that makes sense. So you could see that lowering your confidence. Could you see anything making you even more confident? Could you learn something or observe something or come to a new understanding that would make you think, you know what, I'm even more confident that the Catholic God doesn't exist. I'm at a 9.5 now.
I guess more of what I've already experienced
Okay.
through my life, just being around people that identify as Catholic but don't practice, or it's a lot of it also is very performative, and they try to outdo other people to make themselves seem more holy or righteous, but in reality that's not who they are.
Okay.
So I think more of what I've already seen would reinforce my belief even more.
Gotcha. So I guess I'm going to come up with some like hypothetical situations here to kind of just test kind of where you're at here. So these reasons, hypocrisy, the problems with the church, do you think, is it possible? First, I guess, is it possible that the Catholic God does exist, but the Catholic Church is somehow broken? Is it possible that maybe both of those things are true?
I think so, maybe.
Okay.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Because I could see where the Catholic God could maybe exist, but the church here is so broken and has so many faults that it would make me believe otherwise against its existence.
Interesting. All right. And maybe that's part of that wiggle room you got. You're at an 8 out of 10 or an 80%, right? Seems like you're leaving open the possibility, right? And we've already kind of discussed things that would make you more or less confident. Okay. Yeah. So, just to kind of summarize, let me summarize for you, and you can tell me if I'm getting anything wrong, okay? Correct me. Basically, you're saying the Catholic God doesn't exist. I'm confident at an 8 out of 10. And the reasons for that are mainly problems with the church and related problems. You could become less confident if you witnessed a miracle and were convinced that miracle was legit, right? you could become more confident if you saw even more problems with the church, right? More hypocrisy, more, cover-ups and priests going to prison and all that kind of stuff. Okay. And you're at an 8 out of 10, which leaves you some room to go both directions. Do you feel like you are still at an 8 out of 10 right now? Or do you feel like your confidence might have changed after reflecting a little bit on these reasons?
I think listening to another person say it back to me, I have a different view. But I'd say I'm probably still an 8 out of 10, but I'd be more willing to think otherwise in each direction.
Okay. So, kind of opens you up to a little bit more flexibility. Cool. I like that. I like that. I like the way you put it too. I think that's really insightful. Part of the reason I have these conversations is to help people think about their own thoughts. There's a fancy word for that called metacognition, where you're reflecting on your own the way you think. And so, if that's true and you feel like you might be a little more flexible now, and I think we achieved that. We did some metacognition. Cool, dude. All right. Well, Stephen, how do you think this talk went?
I thought it went well.
All right. Do you have any questions for me?
I do not.
Okay. Well, you have my card already, right? So you can always email me if you want to. I'll be publishing some videos on the channel. Is it okay if I publish this talk on the channel?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Sure. Just want to make sure. Awesome, Stephen.
It's nice.
Thank you. It was nice meeting you as well. Have a great day and good luck with the foreign exchange student.
Yes,
the new sibling.
I will.
The temporary sibling. You too. That was really nice. I really enjoyed that talk. I feel like all the talks I've had today have been really good, but that one, he really seemed to reflect on it. So that was nice.